It's an amazing plot twist, isn't it, over the weekend? I mean, on the immediate term, yes, it's embarrassing for Nigel Farage. He has pulled Elon Musk close to him. He's gone, look, this is the guy who's going to get me loads of attention and loads of, boost my standing. And, 5 minutes later, Elon Musk has burned Nigel Farage. So certainly that is going to hurt, and it is a bit of a humiliation. I think in the longer term, Nigel Farage will be pretty relaxed about this. Elon Musk was very quickly becoming a pretty horrible distraction for Farage and a circus. Talking about Tommy Robinson, the British far-right activist, that would be completely toxic for Nigel Farage to be linked to Robinson in this country. Musk clearly didn't understand that, and clearly doesn't really have much understanding of Britain or British politics and how British voters feel. So for Nigel Farage, having a separation now from Elon Musk is probably the right thing. And talking to people around him today, they're definitely kind of relieved that the sort of band-aid's been pulled off, and they can perhaps move on from Elon Musk now and focus on domestic issues and boosting their poll rating in the months ahead.
Is it adding 2 and 2 and making 5 to think that Musk's next move would be to suggest Tommy Robinson for Reform leader?
Yeah, I mean, he could do that. The danger, I think, for Elon Musk is that, 48 hours ago, he had quite an influential position in British politics. He had tied himself to the guy who's on the rise on the British right, Nigel Farage, and they were forming quite a formidable partnership in terms of social media and X and, getting headlines in British newspapers. But Elon Musk has kind of gone so extreme now in backing Tommy Robinson and having a fallout with Nigel Farage that it kind of decreases Musk's relevance in Britain very, very significantly. Tommy Robinson is a person with perhaps a few tens of thousands of followers in this country, of people who really think Tommy Robinson is right. Nigel Farage is a person with millions of followers in this country who think he is right and rising. And Tommy Robinson is in prison with no power. Nigel Farage is in Parliament with increasing power. And I think Elon Musk will have his own views about what the right thing to do is, but from a British political standpoint, I think he's picked the wrong horse there.
I mean, to your point about how much things have changed in the past 48 hours, Elon Musk is currently running a poll on X saying America should liberate the people of Britain from their tyrannical government. How much of a dilemma does it pose for the government in choosing how to respond to this? Elon Musk has made some pretty explosive comments to do with child sex abuse cases and the prosecutions that were led over that as well. Does the government need to respond?
I think Keir Starmer will feel much more confident this morning about the Elon Musk situation than he would have on Friday. On Friday, the president's right-hand man or president-elect's right-hand man was lambasting his government every single day. It was very awkward and uncomfortable, and he was boosting Nigel Farage, a main political opponent of Keir Starmer. Very uncomfortable for the Prime Minister. Now, Musk and Farage have fallen out. Whether that's permanent will remain to be seen. You never know, they might smooth it all out, but it doesn't look like it from this morning. And now Starmer, I think, can have a little more confidence to hit back against Elon Musk. And basically, in a bizarre sort of twist of fate, Keir Starmer and Nigel Farage are kind of on the same page when it comes to Elon Musk now. They will both be gently getting the message to Donald Trump, look, we want to work with you, Mr. President, we want to have a good relationship with you, but Elon Musk is lost the plot and you need to distance yourself from him, because if Nigel Farage and Keir Starmer are agreeing on that, then something has gone pretty badly wrong for Donald Trump. Hearing what Starmer and Farage allies are saying this morning, they're going to try and use what's happened to try and get a bit of a wedge between Trump and Musk now.
But who's going to be the Trump whisperer? Because, Farage had previously been suggested, actually by Peter Mandelson, the new ambassador to Washington, as a potential bridgehead to Trump. Is it going to fall on Mandelson to have to do that?
A lot of it will, and good luck to Peter Mandelson. He must have been reading Elon Musk's tweets with horror and morbid fascination as he prepares for his new job as British ambassador in Washington. I think he'll be a little bit relieved as well, to be honest, because there was a world in which Peter Mandelson's job was going to be to try and get a meeting with Elon Musk and convince him that Keir Starmer was a great British Prime Minister, which would be a pretty tough gig. I don't think he needs to worry about that so much anymore. What he does need to do is talk as people in Number 10 and people close to Farage and people in the Conservative Party are all doing, talk to other Trump world people, the sort of more, how do we put it, the less extreme voices perhaps compared to Elon Musk in Trump world, and try and just get them to say, look, let's move this out. We want to have good relations with you. Let's forget about Elon Musk.